Hey y'all, so this is part five. So I'm just gonna try my best to go ahead and read the email. This thing is so long. But for real, they were harassing me for a long time. Not just manager C, manager A, and manager B. But we about to get into it. Hold on. Plaintiff then commented that my attitude was bad. I respectfully disagree. I pride myself on having a positive attitude, a strong work ethic, and being professional, ethical, and a fair person. I did not approach any manager in a negative way. I only came slightly frustrated when Manager Z repeatedly insisted I clocked out at 8:30 based on seeing other employees on the elevator. However, I didn't even use the employees' elevators. I believe her response was unethical and dismissive, which caused my frustration. I was sent home before my shift ended and was not given a fair opportunity to share my side of the story, so I'm sharing it now. The union rep did not speak in my defense. Instead, she only gave me her personal email address. I pay union dues and felt unsupported and intimidated during the meeting. I also want to state that I suspect there has been at least 3 or 4 instances where my time has been unfairly altered or stolen. I have reached out to both plaintiff and the union rep in these concerns, but about these concerns, but have not received any meaningful support or resolution. For reference, I attached the audio recording of my conversation with Manager C. Okay? And then I just want to say, with plaintiff, when I first brought it back to him, he like, he like, how long you been working for the company? Is there any witnesses? Like he already had up in his mind that he wasn't gonna help me, especially if I ain't been there that long, because he just feel like I should go get another job. But my whole thing is, I've been having jobs and I know how to get a job, but these jobs need to be more respectful and more mindful. And then if you don't want to be respectful and mindful and you fire somebody without probable cause, pay them their unemployment, okay? Or be prepared to get sued, however they want to flip it, however they want to look at it. So, anywho, incidents prior to June 11th. Let's get into it, okay? Because it's been more than one incident. That was just the one that got me fired. On May 14th, while I was trade passing, I came downstairs to retrieve a cart. I had already ran family birthday once earlier that day, and I believe it was fair for another team member to handle it next time. However, when I attempted to take a different cart, manager A, nope, that's manager B, sorry y'all. Manager B noticed and immediately began yelling at me in front of everyone, saying, "You need to take the first cart. Don't be skipping carts." I acknowledged her direction and I responded with okay, but she continued to raise her voice and speak to me in a demeaning manner. Despite feeling singled out and treated unfairly, especially since there were other trade passes available, I took the family birthing cart without issue. Later that day, manager B continued to be rude and dismissive towards me. Approximately 4 hours before my shift ended, I informed her that I needed new uniforms. She acknowledged my request. 10 minutes before my shift ended, I approached her again to follow up. Instead of providing the uniform, she told me to sit down and said she would get them when she was ready. I reminded her that I had already spoken to her earlier, emphasized the urgency as I didn't have any clean uniforms the next day. They only gave me one uniform, but they supposed to give me four. Her response was, "You get the uniforms tomorrow." I informed her that I might have to come in wearing regular clothes because of this. At that point, she made an insensitive remark telling me I could hand wash my uniforms. Remind y'all, I'm already busy. I don't have time to hand wash no uniforms. And I usually take my clothes to wash them at my mom's house. But the job was the hospital and they were so nasty, they kept me sick, okay? They kept me sick. So I couldn't even, that's why I was really requesting the uniforms. Okay. At this point, she said made an insensitive remark telling me I could hand wash my uniforms. This was especially upsetting because I had recently caught a virus at work and couldn't bring my clothes to my mother home to wash, as she is in recovery and needs protection from illness. I calmly informed her that I wouldn't be hand washing my clothes in response, and she accused me of having a nasty attitude. And she has one of the nastiest attitudes I have ever encountered. I told her she initiated the conflict, and she proceeded to walk up on me in a confrontational way as if she intended to physically intimidate me. She eventually caught herself and then took me into another office when she continued to yell at me, belittle me, and degrade me. Ultimately, she handed me a shirt with no pants, leaving my request partially unfulfilled. I believe this behavior was not only unprofessional, but also part of a pattern Manager B has consistently demonstrated bullying behavior and often belittles employees instead of leading with respect. Hold on. We go on to part 6.